and he didn't come in for that.
No, let me ask you this: at the beginning of the Hail Mary audio, you were talking. It was an excerpt from a Friday conversation with Allison, where you were just all excited about the commander-in-chief. Your words coming in, you were looking forward to tagging along on his itinerary. Where was this aghast notion of the president having not been here? There was none of that. Friday, none of that. Saturday, none of that. None of that at all. Until all of a sudden you got a call and says, and you learn that you're not getting an endorsement. I'm puzzled as to why you could be so aghast over the president's absence over the last couple of years. But God, all the way up until Friday, you were celebrating the fact that he was coming.
Dan, I was being very, very straightforward with the visit. I was saying I was looking forward to it. Again, this was going to hopefully be a positive day for Rhode Island. And when in the back room of the Washington political machine, they wanted to stop playing politics with the visit and throwing out something that should have been a non-issue as far as what's going on with endorsements, not endorsements, and putting it front and center for the morning when they're coming in.
You said yesterday, and you repeated on the Today Show this morning, that you didn't seek the endorsement, right? I mean, you didn't actively seek the endorsement.
I never put anything out to the White House.
This is what you said on the Today Show this morning.
Look, I have the highest level of respect for the president, and I'm going to take care of my campaign right here in Rhode Island. You know, this was an endorsement that I wasn't actively seeking, but it was played out just like in the worst way of backroom politics on late Sunday night on the eve of before the president was coming into Rhode Island.
So that's what you've been saying, and you're saying all the way along, but David Axelrod this morning said something very differently on MSNBC.
Mr. Caprio called here weeks ago and looking for the president's endorsement, and this was explained to him, and I understand he's disappointed, and sometimes when people are disappointed, they say intemperate things, and that's just, I get that, but the president's reasoning was clear to him then, and it hasn't changed.
2 weeks ago, you called looking for an endorsement.
That's not accurate. That's the White House spin machine at the highest level. When you have David Axelrod now weighing in on something, again, with a White House spin, it's not accurate. It's not accurate.
Are you telling me the communications director for the President of the United States on MSNBC this morning lied?
What I am saying...
There's no spin. Did you call 2 weeks ago? Looking for an endorsement from the President of the United States? Yes or no?
No. My campaign has been in contact with the White House, as we've said over the last couple of weeks, waiting for instructions as to how we would participate in a small business visit. That was the discussion that we've had with the White House.
None of your campaign, nobody, ever asked the president for his endorsement.
We have not actively sought the endorsement.
David Axelrod on national television this morning says for the record that 2 weeks ago you called asking for it. So he's lying? Just put it on the record, Treasurer. Did he just lie on MSNBC this morning?
I do not know where he's getting his facts, but the only thing that my campaign has done is coordinated with the White House and waited for instructions as to how we would participate in a small business forum.
All right, 11:21. Treasurer Frank Caprio is here. Lots more to ask about, not only this famous day yesterday, but other things going on in this campaign. We'll have time at noontime to get a reaction. Link Chafee coming in at noon. I'm sorry, coming in at 1 o'clock. The Dan Yorke Show continues. Stay with us.
This is WPRO Program Director Paul Giammarco. Did you know that in October of 1974, Martians invaded Rhode Island? Don't believe me? Listen to this.
A report from Jamestown says the National Guard, Regular Army, U.S. Air Force, police, Coast Guard, state police, numbering in the vicinity of about 1,000 men, have almost been totally destroyed by a single fighting machine from what is believed to be the planet Mars.
Join me on Saturday night, October the 30th at 8:30 as WPRO airs for the first time in over 35 years the lost tapes of the program that panicked the whole state of Rhode Island, The War of the Worlds, heard in its entirety as it originally aired in October of 74 with bonus interviews with many of the players who took part in that controversial broadcast. Again, Saturday night, October the 30th, right here on News Talk 630 WPRO and 99.7 FM. Oh, yes, you will believe.
Link Chafee has a plan to jumpstart our economy and create jobs. It focuses on small and mid-sized businesses and builds on public investment that creates jobs in areas where our state is strong, like higher education, healthcare, transportation, tourism, and high-tech manufacturing. Link Chafee is the only candidate with an honest plan to balance the budget and generate resources for job-creating investments. And while State House politicians like Frank Caprio voted for tax increases and supported policies that led to property tax hikes on homes and cars, Link Chafee's plan for a 1% sales tax on exempt items will hold the line on property taxes.
I'm Link Chafee. I'm running as an independent for governor to be free from the old politics that has crippled Rhode Island's economy. I've proposed a new way forward. It begins with an economic plan that focuses on job creation.
Link Chafee, an economic plan to create new jobs. Paid for by Chafee for Governor.
Lizzie Borden took an axe.
Gave her mother 40 whacks.
When she saw what she had done,
she gave her father 41.
Believe it or not, the house in Fall River where Lizzie Borden committed her murderous acts is now a bed and breakfast.
The Travel Channel named it the scariest place on earth.
The only thing about the house that isn't scary is the paint job. They chose Rhino Shield. I'm Matt.
I'm Pat. We own Rhino Shield of New England.
The owners of the Lizzie Borden house had been painting every 3 years. They even considered putting vinyl on the side.
But that would be another act of homicide. It would kill the look.
Luckily, they found Rhino Shield, America's leading permanent paint company.
Our ceramic coating means they will never paint again, and we back every job with a lifetime warranty.
Schedule your job now and save $1,500.
It's the Lizzie Borden Halloween special. We chopped the price.
Pat.
Sorry.
Call 888-90-RHINO. That's 888-90-RHINO.
Rhino Shield.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, call Rhino.
My cousin Louise owns a small accounting firm, so she's all about the numbers. Lately, she's been looking for a way to give her business a boost, so she signed up for email marketing from ConstantContact.com. Constant Contact is the easy, affordable way to drive business, generate referrals, and let people share your message on social media for as low as $15 a month. And Louise? In no time, her phone was ringing off the hook with more opportunities than she could count. Well, actually, she could, because she's an accountant. Go to ConstantContact.com and sign up for a free 60-day trial today.
11:25 here on the Dan Yorke Show. State Treasurer Frank Caprio, the Democratic primary winner, endorsed candidate. Endorsed, all of a sudden the word takes on a whole different hyperbolic meaning these days. For governor is in studio until the top of the hour. So David Axelrod says one thing, you say another, and now we've got another he said situation. Maybe that will also inspire national attention. Who knows? But I can't understand, Frank, why you just didn't ignore this story that President Obama was endorsing nobody. Take the photo ops, run around, enjoy the association of mutual democratic status, and take the high road. Why did you react this way? There has to be a motive. What is the motive?
I'll stand by my comments. I'll stand by my actions, and I'm going to continue to run hard for the next week. And we're going to win this election because the people of Rhode Island want someone up at that state house that's going to fight for them. And this is one chapter of
this. What is this notion that you telling the president to shove it is an example of a guy who's going to fight for them? I mean, I wasn't born yesterday, and most people weren't either. Although there are all those folks who, think they're just salt of the earth types who understand that it takes rocks to tell the president to shove it. I don't know. I've told a lot of people to shove it from time to time. I don't think it took a lot of courage. Is there some polling data here that says, game on, Hail Mary, better make some noise, let's steal back the news cycle, we got problems here? Because you could have ridden out the president's visit and probably got a lot of association credit. Said something like, well, you know what, if asked, I don't really concern myself with the president's endorsement because Bill Clinton endorsed me. So heavy-level Democratic guy endorsed me. I'm bigger than this stuff. I want to be the governor. I have gravitas. I have stature. I don't need to get upset about these kind of things. I thought that panache was also part of your presentation. It's been missing the last couple of days, hasn't it?
I'll stand by my actions. This was, as I said, on Sunday night, late at night, a reporter calling and giving us some information.
We understand the play-by-play. Why do you keep repeating the same story over and over again? I'm asking you about the choice that you had to make here. This is a choice, correct?
stand by everything that I said, and we're going to finish this campaign really strong.
All right. Back in the house with Frank Caprio, Link Chafee in studio at 1 o'clock. We'll get your reaction to Frank's visit here at 438 WPRO after the noon news. So it's been a whirlwind last 24 hours, and the shove it comment will remain in infamy, win or lose. The Rasmussen poll has you down, 37-28. That's the last poll that we have, with John Robitaille picking up steam past what I call the water level for Republican. Those aren't good numbers for you right now. $2.7 million into this campaign, and you can't seem to move the needle. What's up?
We have 7 days to go. A week from tonight at 9 o'clock, you'll see who's the winner of this election.